People, it's your boy, the host with the most. I do not bag a boast, and I'm coming to you guys live from coast to coast. It's your boy. Welcome to another fabulous episode of Just My Opinion podcast. As always, rate, comment, subscribe, share this with a friend, family, as well as a follower. Let's get this channel lit in the YouTube algorithm. Can you guys hear me? Of course, you guys can hear me. Welcome, 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 welcome. All right. So, I was just, I'm just going through the interwebs, checking out social media, and this is a trending topic. Believe it or not, this is a trending topic on social media. Me personally, I just think not this is not a lot of news. It's not a big deal, but a lot of you guys on social media think this is a like y'all this is a very very big deal. All right, so let's just get into it. So Rich Paul said LeBron James will finish the 2025-26 season as a member of the Los Angeles Lakers. Would he? Where he's going to go? James has signed through the end of this season and will turn 41 years old later this month. There are 58 days until the 2025-2026 NBA trade deadline, and while some names have been bubbling up within the rumor mills, one name won't be going anywhere according to this player agent, LeBron, which is Rich Paul. LeBron James will finish the season as a Los Angeles Laker. Rich Paul said this on Game Over podcast with Max Kellerman this week. We talked about Max Kellerman. Kellerman with Stephen A. Smith, and we're discussing him today. All right. In a discussion about the current state of the Los Angeles Lakers and LeBron James' future, Kellerman asked Paul if there was any chance the soon-to-be 41-year-old NBA star would finish his will not finish his season with the Los Angeles Lakers. Max Kellerman asked Rich Paul if there's a chance LeBron James won't be a Laker by the end of the year, and Paul responded, "No. Where he's going to go? Does LeBron make the Knicks better? Yes, he would, of course. But 29 other teams would say the same thing." This clip is going viral, and it's from the podcast. I forgot the name of the podcast. Already, I forgot the name of the podcast. I gotta scroll all the way up. More than a game. Yeah, more than just a game. That was a podcast that hosted LeBron James and Steve Nash, and it started with LeBron James, JJ Redick, then LeBron James, Steve Nash. Now Max Kellerman and Rich Paul is assigned duties to this podcast. Okay. No, where is he going? In June, James exercised his $52.6 million player option in his contract for this season, but he can be a free agent in the summer if he decides if he wants to continue to play and doesn't resign or announce he's retiring. Okay. While James appeared tied, James appeared tied to the Lakers for the rest of the season. Paul doesn't see another championship in the franchise's future, and it's uncertain how the team is constructed, where the Lakers are going to go from here. The Lakers are 17-6, second in the Western Conference Finals. It's not a title winning team, he believes. Perhaps Don't think the Lakers are good enough to contend right now. Not right now, Paul says. I don't think they have enough to get to the Western Conference Finals. I don't think they really have enough to contend um, as of right now. Okay, so we're just gonna just stop it right here. This is just a bunch of poppycock from here on out. And okay, let's just talk about LeBron James. First and foremost, it's a dumb question. It really is a very, very dumb question because, if you use your common sense, where LeBron's going, LeBron James isn't going anywhere as, you know, a member of the Los Angeles Lakers. Like I said, there's his contract, he signed in for 52 point, I think $6 million. And at this state of LeBron James, he's 41. How many teams are willing to give up half of their roster, give up some, if not all, of their future just to get LeBron James to join that team? And if LeBron James does join that team, how better that team is with half his roster gone, and the future looks very, very grim. Okay? Not many ball clubs are going to be able to do that. Not in this current state of LeBron James. It's not, and I'm not even talking about LeBron James' age. I'm not even talking about LeBron James' athleticism. It has deteriorated. Father Time has gotten the best of LeBron James. Now, there have been glimpses of LeBron James excellent as far as with the Los Angeles Lakers, but we have saw more than a handful of when LeBron James is on the court, the struggle be real, okay? So, if you are thinking, if you're like a general manager or an owner or even a coach, and you're inquiring for LeBron James, you have to give up a lot for LeBron James if you want LeBron James right now. I don't think that's going to happen. Two, the Los Angeles Lakers nor LeBron James is going to do a buyout. You can forget about that. LeBron wants all of his coins. The Lakers are not going to do him a solid, going to do him a favor and do a buyout. Okay, both sides are going to be disagreeing on how much of this buyout LeBron James is willing to accept. So LeBron James' camp is not going to be interested in that, and the Los Angeles Lakers are not going to be interested in that. So trades and buyouts, that's the only two ways he can leave Los Angeles Lakers right now. Retirement. LeBron James is not going to retire this year, only to maybe come back next year. It does not benefit LeBron James. And all three of those options are no-goes. I do not see a team trading for LeBron James this season. The trade deadline is going to come. It's going to pass. And LeBron James' name is not going to be one of those names that got traded. It's just not going to happen. I don't care if you add a third team. No one's not interested. Not at this state. Now, Rich Paul said something very interesting. He said that I don't think the Los Angeles Lakers are a contending team right now. And I'm gonna be honest with you. No, they're not as far as a contending team to make a deep run in the playoffs and possibly win the NBA title. I will agree with Rich, yes. But this is the same version of this team last year. And 2 years before that, minus Luka, and everyone in LeBron James' camp, including Rich Paul and LeBron James, were always saying, "Oh, this team is going to win a championship again." The only difference between this team versus the previous teams, they got Luka, and they got better talent. Okay, now, I don't think that talent fits around LeBron James, but it fits perfectly with Luka. All right? But They wasn't a contending team 2 years ago. They wasn't a contending team last year. But, you know, the LeBron James stands and LeBron James and his camp said otherwise. But everyone bit into the hype. Not not me, but everyone bit into the hype. And y'all thought that there was a championship team. Now, I don't believe that they're a championship team this season. I think they can contend a little bit in the regular season. Talent can only get you so far. Talent can only get you so far. Ultimately, it's going to come down to your best players, and the coach is going to have to coach them up. Now, as of right now, JJ Redick is doing an amazing job with this roster. JJ Redick has done less. JJ Redick has done more with less. Okay, and I've said this on countless live streams, but I'm going to continue to say this. JJ Redick should get some consideration as far as coach of the year. I think JJ Redick has proven his worth. I think JJ Redick has proven his value. And if you've been following this channel, I wasn't a huge, big fan of JJ Redick. I didn't like how JJ Redick got the job in the first place. But nevertheless, JJ Redick has proven his worth. He's proven his value. He saved his job, not only for this season, but for next season. Now, if he struggles next season, he's right back in the hot seat and possibly will be out of a job. Okay, but I just don't see that in the cards or in the future. I think the Lakers are building something very nice. And if you give it time, it's going to get better for the Los Angeles Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers are going to do something that the Oklahoma City Thunder, they're going to do something that the Oklahoma City Thunder could not do. And a lot of people are going to say, what you talking about? The Oklahoma City Thunder is the best team in the NBA. I get that. But before they got those pieces, they were struggling. It was a couple of seasons where they struggled until they started drafting the right pieces and until those pieces started to work into their favor. Okay? With the Los Angeles Lakers, if you count this year and possibly next year, they're going to be like an above 500 team, not only this year but next year. But that third year, they're going to be contending. And if that's true, then the Los Angeles Lakers didn't have to go bad for like 2, 3, 4 years for them to actually get better. Now, they didn't build through the draft, and the Lakers have notoriously never built through the draft. The Lakers have always found their star and built around their star. And their star right now is Luka. And everything that's associated with Luka, they're building around Luka. They're making a team that fits perfectly with Luka. And I give them possibly next year, they're going to be contending. Now, how deep they're going to be in the playoffs, are they even going to make the playoffs? And if they do make the playoffs, are they going to make a deep run in the playoffs? That's remain to be seen. But they're going to be contending next year. They're going to be an above 500 team this year. They're going to be an above 500 team next year. That's without the services of LeBron James. They are an above 500 team even without the services of LeBron James. So you got to give credit where credit is due. And I think JJ Redick has been coaching them up. JJ Redick have shown me a lot. Even, if you've been a follower of this channel, you guys know I've been very critical of JJ Redick. JJ Redick has done an amazing job with this team thus far. Okay? Luka is really playing above his expectations. And I already knew that coming in. You lost your Supermax contract with the Dallas Mavericks. He would have made more if he would have stayed with the Dallas Mavericks than with the Los Angeles Lakers. He was on the verge of signing a Supermax contract, but the Dallas Mavericks organization felt like he did not deserve that contract because they felt like once they give him that contract, there's nothing they can tell him. They couldn't tell him what to do. You know, there was in a catch-22 thing. I think was Nika Harrison. I felt like he thought he was the smartest person in the room. He thought that, and I still say this to this day. Look, that trade had to happen. Okay, that trade definitely had to happen. The Dallas Mavericks were not going anywhere with Luka, and you know they was betting on themselves. They thought Kyrie, could easily replace Luka in some aspects. They thought AD can give them something, and Cooper Flag and the other talent there, and it just have not. They just can't put it all together. Okay, with the injuries and things of that nature. But you get what you pay for with AD. Everyone knew AD was injury prone. The Dallas Mavericks knew he was injury prone. They took a gamble and they lost. Nico Harrison is no longer with the Dallas Mavericks. He lost his job, got fired on his day off, and hope that another team picks him up along the way. I think he learned from this. He bet on all. He put all the money on the table and he lost it. Okay, but at the same time, just because this didn't turn out in his favor, it does not necessarily mean he did the wrong thing. Okay, you can do the right thing and still strike out. Okay, but enough about the Dallas Mavericks. We're talking about the Los Angeles Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers, and even when that trade happened, I said short term it's going to benefit the Dallas Mavericks, but long term it's going to benefit the Los Angeles Lakers. Okay, and it was, who knew it was going to be a very short term for the Dallas Mavericks. They're not reaping the benefits that like they thought they was going to reap when they brought AD over. And now they're talking about a possibility of AD being traded yet again. I don't believe they're going to do that, but we'll wait and see. Okay. But as far as the Los Angeles Lakers go, I don't think this is real big news. But it went viral on social media. And a lot of you guys feel like this is something was said on this podcast that you did not know. If you're a casual basketball fan, you kind of knew this. Okay, I don't think there's a lot of people that are just walking around the planet Earth dumbfounded and they did not know this. Okay, but as far as LeBron's future, as of right now, he's going to be a member of the Los Angeles Lakers. He's not going anywhere. Now, next year, Shannon Sharpe is saying on Nightcap that he believes that this is the final season of LeBron James. I don't believe that. But could Shannon Sharpe be right? He could possibly be right, but I do not believe that this is going to be the last year for LeBron James. I think he would want to try it one more again next season. Where he's going to play, I don't know. If you look at the landscape, he's not returning to Los Angeles. Why would he go to the Clippers? That's a dumpster fire right now. Even he's not going to bring any value to the Clippers, because the Clippers, and it's not because of him, it's just the Clippers, they're just bad right now. And they're going to be bad for a long period of time when Kawhi's no longer there, James Harden is nowhere there, and they don't have draft picks for the future. The Clippers are going to stink. Okay, so why would LeBron, waste his time there? Miami, there's some talk that he might return to Miami. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that they're going to have to straighten out even to even have a conversation or even talk about LeBron James coming back to Miami, because a lot of people seem to forget LeBron James didn't leave on the best terms with Miami. Okay, Cleveland. I think Dan Gilbert would sign. If LeBron wants to retire next season, I think Dan Gilbert would do him a solid on that. But as far as LeBron playing a full season with the Cleveland Cavaliers, I don't think it's happening. I just don't see it happening. The Knicks, now there was talk in this article about the New York Knicks. If they can keep what they have, possible. But if you're getting LeBron next season, obviously LeBron is going to have to consent to a lot of things. One, it's not going to be a $52 million 1 year contract. Okay, it's not going to. He's going to have to concede to that. He's not going to have any. He's not going to have all. He's not going to have total say so of the franchise like he had with in previous franchise. So that's not going to happen. He just I just don't I didn't check out Shannon Sharp why he believes that, but I do feel like LeBron's going to give it one more year next year, and then he's going to hang him up, and then he's going to get in his business bag. Maybe owning a team. There was talk, and I did a video on this about LeBron James is, starting his own league. That's a possibility, but that's just. I think LeBron is going to have his hands in the NBA because his other son is expected to join the NBA. So LeBron James, at some type of capacity, is going to have some type of say so for his other son. Okay, so we're gonna have to wait and see how all that plays out. But as far as the Los Angeles Lakers go, I've spoken enough about the Los Angeles Lakers. They're doing an excellent job over there. So yeah. Let me see. Anybody sent? No. All right. So I'm going to call it a day. Thank you so much, guys. Tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. It's your boy. I'm up out of here. I'll talk to you guys later. I'm gone. Deuces.